Hey there, so this video is really to help you understand whether or not something is a function or not a function. In class, we really referenced some soda machines, and we thought about the input being the button that you push and the output as being the kind of soda that you get out. And so really when we push in machine one, and we talked about 3 different machines in particular, but in machine one, when you push lemon, sometimes you get lemon and sometimes you get slurp, and unfortunately it's not a function, and we ask ourselves the question, is this functioning consistently? And so when I see, this is called a mapping, when I see a mapping that is not functioning consistently, then I know that it's not a function. Well, in machine 2, we have 2 different buttons for an item called blast, and when I push the first blast button, it gives me the blast soda, and when I push the second button for blast, it's blast. Now, we have to ask, is this functioning consistently? Because each time I push, even though I'm pushing different buttons, I still get the same output. It is functioning consistently. Lots of students think that this is not a function, but it is. And when you think about it as a function machine, as an input and an output, you can really kind of determine for yourself, is it a function or not? Machine 3, I push the button for slurp and I get out lemon. And again, I push the button for slurp and I get out lemon. We know that it's not functioning correctly, but it is functioning consistently. And so every time I push slurp, I can predict that the output is gonna be lemon. So you're gonna ask yourself when we're thinking if something's a function or not, is it functioning consistently? If yes, then it's a function. If it's not functioning consistently, then it's not a function. Well, here's this idea of a soda machine and I set up this situation where a technician comes to fix this broken machine, and he's going to test this thing out. And he pushes the button for blast and he gets out blast, and he pushes the button for lemon and gets lemon, pushes the button for slurp, he gets slurp. Is there anything that he can push? Is there anything that could come out that when he pushes Diet Blast that would make this not a function? The answer, this is kind of a trick question. The answer is no. Anything can come out because I'm pushing different input buttons, and so I'm looking for consistency. If I only push it once, it's gonna be consistent no matter what. If I pushed blast again and I got something different, that would be a different story. But since we're pushing different things in this machine, we're gonna get, it doesn't matter what comes out. They could all give us blast for all we know, and that's fine. It's not functioning correctly maybe, but it is functioning consistently, and that's the question that we're asking here. So here are 3 examples in which we're going to consider, are these functions or not? And when I look through these, I'm looking through, okay, if I push button 1, I get sticks. If I push button 1 again, I get sticks. If I push button 2, I get M&Ms. Push button 4, I get M&Ns. We know that that's okay. It's okay to push different buttons and get the same thing. That's okay. What's not okay is that I push button 2 and get M&Ns sometimes, and I push button 2 and I get duds a different time. So this is not a function because when I push button 2, I don't know what's going to come out. There's no other reason why this isn't a function. So this one thing makes this whole problem not function consistently. If we look at number 2, we're thinking, okay, I push button 7, okay. All right, we push -2, push button 0, push button 4, push button 9, push button -3, push button 6. Well, every time I pushed a different button, so guaranteed it is a function. Because I didn't push anything twice, this is a function. If we look at number 3 here, if I push 3, I get 4. Okay, do I repeat anywhere? That's what I'm looking for. Okay, I have 2 there, and I have 2 there. And if I push 2 and I get 9, and I push 2 and I get 8, that's the problem. Right there. That right there is the problem. Because when my input is one thing, and my output should be the same thing if my input is one thing. We're thinking about x's and y's when we're thinking about input and output, and a vertical line test is a line. In fact, is just a series of x's and y's. So we've got our x-axis and our y-axis, and for every input, every x value, is there one y or is there multiple y's? And in this case, it's only one. And we've invented this test called the vertical line test to determine if something's a function or not. So we know that something's a function if every single place along this line, it only crosses one time, once, 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 once. But here's an example of a non-function, something that looks like this, for example. If that's our function, if this is our x and our y, and this u, this sideways u is our function, well, there is at least one place that it crosses twice. There's actually a lot more than just one place, but because it crosses twice somewhere, this is not a function. And there's examples down here. I think the wording here is probably better than what I just said. If it passes once everywhere, then it's a function. But if there is a vertical line that passes twice somewhere, then it's not a function. I hope this video was helpful. It's a quick tutorial on what is a function and not a function using something called mapping, tables, and vertical line test.